Okay, so in today's video about Telcoin, I want to talk about this move down right in here and also this decent bounce back and tell you why in this area I am actually seeing some great signs suggesting probably soon we are going to get a big move up. So with that said, hi everyone, welcome back. I hope you are having a great time with your family and loved ones. And if you remember, the last time that we talked about Telcoin, we were, I believe, somewhere around these areas, and I was saying, look, if you want to ignore the overlapping of the waves between this move and also this one, since the overlap was actually caused just by a simple shadow right in here, you can indeed argue that we are dealing with an impulsive structure on the upside, and this might be a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wave up. Now, in the previous video, we said what happens after a 5 wave up, you know it, a correction structure on the downside. That's why I was saying we may actually have a move down, but the shape of that move for us was really important. And we said if we have a correction in here, that's actually going to be a great sign suggesting probably we are dealing with a bullish setup. Now, first things first, I want to be very clear. If you remember, in the previous video, I also talked about a series of 1-2s, meaning I said maybe, if we want to be extremely bullish in Telcoin, this is 1-2, and then we're going to get big move up into wave 3, 4, 5, and at that point, maybe this red 5 wave up is going to be into a wave 3, and then 4, and then 5, and so on and so forth, something like this. This scenario now is invalidated. Why is that? Because in this move down in Telcoin, we actually took this low right in here. Does this mean this is actually a bad sign? No, definitely not. And I'm going to tell you why in a bit. I'm going to say it. Now, it seems like that in Telcoin, we are having indeed a wave 1. This is a correction for wave 2. And soon after our correction is over, or maybe it's over already, we're going to get a big move up into wave 3 and 4 and 5. Now, why do I believe this is a correction structure? Okay, let's go around here. If you want to say that we are dealing with an impulse and we are going to start a huge move on the downside, then okay, fair enough. You need to be able to find off of the recent highest high a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wave down. This specific example is a normal 5 wave. Rules for it are we should not have overlapping of the waves between wave 2 and 4, and in any kind of impulsive structure, wave 3 right in here should not be the smallest wave. And based on that, let's zoom in more and see what is going on in here. And here's a question for you. Can we find an impulse in this region? I can tell you maybe this is going to be a 5 wave down. Okay, fair enough. But what about this move on the downside? Can I say maybe this is like, if I just take this one, excuse me, a 1, 2, 3, 4, and then another move on the downside into wave 5? The answer is absolutely not. Why is that? First things first, we are having overlapping of the waves between wave 2 and 4. So this suggests that we're not actually dealing with an impulse. We are dealing with some sort of a diagonal structure, if possible. Now, because in this move, or supposedly wave 5 is actually bigger than wave 3 and 1, then okay, this means we're gonna have an expanding leading diagonal, okay? And based on it, wave 4 must be bigger than wave 2. Now, is it the case or not? Let's put the chart on regular scale and measure the length of our wave 2. Let's say it started from here and it ended right in here. Is it bigger than wave 2 or not? The answer is definitely no. So this thing right in here, which is pretty much our best shot at finding an impulse, it's not actually a 5 wave down, and we can definitely argue we are dealing with a correction structure in this area. And I can tell you, yes, I think this might be a correction for wave B, potentially to somewhere around here in form of a triangular structure, another move down into our ceiling. And here is another very bullish sign for you. What happened in the recent move up in TEL? We actually took this high, and yes, it seems like that we also took this one as well, which suggests that this whole move down right in here, there's like a 95% chance that it's not going to be an impulse, it's just a correction structure. And after it's over, we're gonna get a big move on the upside. Now, here's a question. In like very short time, in this bounce back phase, can we argue that this is it, our final bottom right in here, and we are starting to have a big move on the upside, and we're not going to do something like this anymore. For now, I'm kind of having my doubts about whether this move up is an impulse or not, especially because in this initial phase on the upside in Telcoin, it seems like that we may have, instead of a 5-wave up, an ABC structure, and this kind of got confirmed when in this move down we actually took this low. So, you know, I'm not really going to jump into any unnecessary bullish conclusion, and I'm going to argue maybe in Telcoin this is actually an ABC zigzag, but into a wave W, correction for wave X, and for the next couple of days I do not mind if we see another move on the downside into our wave Y, and we can say at that point probably we are having a WXY in form of a double zigzag, and then it's gonna be time to get a big move on the upside in TL. Who knows, potentially even 1 to 150% move on the upside in the short term. I think that is definitely possible. So this is our short-term analysis, and I hope I explained it well. Now let's go on some higher time frames and see what is going on. And I actually forgot to put the chart on logarithmic scale. There we go. Let's zoom in more and see what is happening. We can have different possibilities in this area, but here is one scenario for you. You can, I guess, argue that from here we are having a wave 1, correction for 2, big move up into wave 3 in form of a 5-wave impulsive structure. We talked about these waves on the upside in extreme details in the previous video. I'm not really going to bore you with counting them again. And followed by that, maybe to about here or right around the current price action, we are having a correction for 4, and afterwards we can get another move up into wave 5, which I do expect to happen. But this yellow 5-wave up might be into a larger degree wave 3, and then we're gonna have correction for 4, another move up into wave 5. So what's the point that I'm trying to make in here? According to this scenario, not only we're gonna get a move up, but also at that point our bull run in TEL is probably not going to be over. And sure, we are going to get a move down, but that's just going to be a correction structure into wave 4, and who knows, maybe it's not even going to be that much of a deep move since it is actually into a wave 4. For example, we can have an ABCDE, just consolidation in here, and then we are going to start the next phase of the bull run. So for now, in terms of midterm structures in Telcoin, everything just screams bullish. And if I just go maybe on a less busy chart, let's go actually on crypto.com. There we go. What do we have in this move down? A relatively slow and choppy move. And when you compare this move to this strong move on the upside, you realize that we are indeed having a correction. And let's just do a quick comparison real quick. Excuse me. There we go. How long is the current move in TL taking? About 60 days. On the other hand, in about, as you can see, only 30 days, we had this huge move on the upside. So if you are a regular viewer, you probably know what I'm about to say. It seems like that despite having way more than enough time in TL, the bears are failing to pull the price all the way back down to these levels, and this shows that bulls still do have the upper hand, and we can definitely have a solid argument for another magnificent phase of the bull run in Telcoin. And also, if you forgot this, I need to tell you that in this move on the upside in TL, according to this chart, we actually took this high right in here, and since this is an ABC or maybe a WXY, then okay, it means we simply cannot find an impulsive structure in this region in order for us to be able to say that the top is in and we're gonna start a massive bear market. And once more, this suggests that our bull run in TL is simply not over yet. So everything for now is looking absolutely fantastic for Telcoin, and I think after a couple of days of consolidation in here, we can expect another move up. And I hope I explained everything well and you understood what is going on in Telcoin's price chart. Anyway, if you found any value in my content, I would really appreciate if you like this video and consider subscribing to my channel and follow me on Twitter. And if you want more, maybe you want a complete analysis for your own specific crypto, or maybe you want to learn some decent TA in order to be able to make good money in the markets, you can become a member and ask me anything you want. And until the next video, I hope you have a wonderful time with your family and loved ones. Goodbye.